And get more insight onto this. Let me bring in Mr. Makram Rabah from the Department of History at the American University of Beirut. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. So how has this recent hospital blast in Gaza affected the sentiments of the countries in the Arab world?
Well, the majority of the Arab street are enraged at the sight of more than 500 innocent victims who have been targeted by Israel. Unfortunately, this heinous crime has been augmented by the fact that the international community doesn't really care about the loss of civilian lives. And they are trying to play the blame game, meaning that as soon as Biden set foot in Israel, he had adopted what the Israeli narrative was. The main problem is that this current Arab-Israeli conflict, as it was initially, cannot be solved by force and by brute power. Regardless if Israel or the international community and even the Palestinians want to get rid of Hamas and its violent streak, this doesn't mean that this justifies what the Israelis are doing, especially that the Netanyahu government previously has done identically to what it's doing right now. It's by confronting any political challenge by brute force. And this does not give any credit whatsoever. On the contrary, it discredits any attempt by the international community and mainly the United States to act as a mediator.
And Biden is being told by the leaders of Jordan, Egypt, and the Palestinian Authority that they have no confidence in his ability to end the violence, which they say is in breach of international law. How can Biden balance relations here between Israel and his Arab allies?
I don't think that Biden and anyone in the West at the moment actually care what the Arabs want or what the other Arab thinks. And they aren't really talking any real moderation rhetoric. On the contrary, everything is now a call for war, and we see that the U.S. Congress has mobilized around $100 billion for Ukraine and for Israel, and this all puts the East-West so-called clash of civilizations into a new perspective. The problem is that the United States has to take lead and immediately stop this bloodshed, because even if Israel does get rid of Hamas, we are facing a new Nakba, a new displacement of over 2 million innocent Palestinians, and moving them from one prison to another doesn't really solve the issue. The main problem has to be confronted by giving the Palestinians a legitimate state and just peace for everyone, including the Israelis as well.
Unfortunately, hope's is in short supplies here. Thank you very much, Mr. Makram Rabah. Live for us.